iPhone. Not yet. Not yet. Can't hear you. I can't hear you. No. There. Whoop. Maybe. That might be it. Talk to me. Yes.
I just want to say I have nothing for you.
Good.
Trooper Dan Castillo.
Uh-huh.
It's Emma Garcia's case.
Yeah.
And the witness is still in the hospital and can't testify. He was hoping to get it continued.
Okay. I'll do all that. That's one of what's his name's cases. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. We can do that. I'll have to find all these witnesses that are here.
Okay.
Any volume yet? No. All right. Can you hear me? No. All right. All right. Oh, he hung up. All right. Let's see. iPhone 2, Gabriel. I know who Gabriel is. Ellen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Didn't know if you were there. All right, I'm just running through here to find people that are in under different names. iPhone, Cindy and Brian. I don't know who that is. They might be witnesses. Let's see if I can find them. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm just looking, let's see, I've got Brian Mixo and Cindy Santana, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to, I'm just trying to identify, I have you under Cindy and Brian. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. I'm just trying to find out what case you belong to, okay?
Okay.
And I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. But I'm not going to promise you a lot.
That's okay.
All righty, so just bear with me if you would.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right, let's see. Who else do I have? Daniel, Samir, Fortune, Mikado, Goger, Waddle, Caitlin, Farrell, Cambo, Cantina, Moore, Garcia, Morales, Marino, Gabriel, I know who that is, Daniel Kennedy, all right, I'm going to see if I can match up people that have just one case. And
One of the iPhones is a deputy named Robert Pounds.
okay, yeah, I was trying to get him. That's who that is?
Yes, I
Perfect.
just got an email from court liaison.
Yeah, he was having a hard time getting in there. Let me see where his case is. Pounds is with Savola. Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Let me get Mr. Attorney Savola in. Hopefully his audio is working. Yep. No, he's
Okay,
still
good.
working. All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Savola.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All
Good
right.
to see you again.
Officer Pounds, can you hear me? Yeah, he's having a hard time with that. Let me see if I can oh, yeah, maybe you'll get it. Lost him completely. Oh, there he is.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I'm having a difficult time with this.
All right, well, we got you now. Looks like your case is Hosan.
Yes, sir. And before we begin, I would like to address the court, if I may, please.
Yes, sir.
I would like to amend the citation from a traffic control device violation to a speeding violation citation. The reason being, I gave Mr. Hassan a break by issuing him a traffic control violation that reduced the fine from $278 and 4 points for speeding to $163 and 3 points for a traffic control device. Since Mr. Hassan opted to take the traffic control device citation to traffic court, I would like to revert back to the original traffic stop, which was for speed, violation 80 and a 45 in a Panther protected zone.
Go ahead.
If I might, Judge, he elected to retain an attorney myself on it. I'm just tried to weed my way through all of this, and so that's why I've set it for trial here with regards to that. And seeing exactly what we've got, and based upon the initial traffic citation, I am willing to take a no contest plea with regards to the traffic control device, if we can at this point.
Well, I know that I kind of go through this with a lot of guys because they always say, "Oh, I want to dismiss it because I don't know what the sign is," and I say generally they're trying to make it a little bit easier for you guys, but you still want to set it for hearings to see what you can work out. I think I'm not the one that's giving you any, I should say, hammering you for taking it to trial. That's fine. You've got that right to do so. But he also has the right to amend his citation if he wants ahead of time. So.
Well, okay. If I can add on to that, then if the officer is going to amend the traffic citation, I would like to see the traffic citation that he will amend it to, and so I would respectfully request a state continuance of that, so that I can then go ahead and prepare for that defense, if I could.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Right.
I've submitted everything on February 17th.
Well, I've got your exhibits. I'm not sure. Did you amend the citation? I think that's what he's asking for.
Yes.
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. So he wants to see an amended citation from you
Okay.
with the statute. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to set this down for the Ellen. I'm going to go to I guess my May date, May 11th at 1:30. Okay?
Okay.
Very good.
All right. All right, Mr.
So-
Pound, Deputy Pounds, you're free to go.
We're gonna go
Okay,
ahead and change the statute to 316.
Well, I'm going to let the officer amend the citation, and then you guys can fix it once you get that. So we'll leave it as a traffic control device until the citation gets amended, okay?
Okay.
All right.
What was the court date, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
May
May 11th at 1:30.
May 11th.
At 1:30?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You'll get notice on that.
All right. You have a good day.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I have, now let me see if he's here. Pedro Lopez. Brown, Castillo. All right, I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, Mr. Savola. I don't see Mr. Lopez. Actually, I thought I had seen him here earlier. I was gonna try to get you out because you only had, both of your deputies only had one case.
Okay.
Let me see if he's in here. It's be nice if I could do it alphabetically. I'm sure there is a way to do it, but I don't know enough about this.
Yeah.
Let me run through here one more time. More. And I get guys that sign in with different names. Castilla. Whoop, I think I got him. Let me look real quick in this court file. This is 3468. 3468. Yep, that's him. Okay, good. And for some reason, let's see if it'll join again. Looks like we're having problems with, there it goes. Okay. Corporal Lopez, can you turn on your audio as well as your video? If you can hear me. Corporal Lopez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You got oh, there you go. We have, it looks like your case is last name is Castro?
Yes.
Mr. Savoya, anything?
Yes, Judge. Afternoon, Corporal. Are you ready on this?
Yes.
And do you have your documentation for the device that was utilized?
Yes. I have the certification, I have the radar log, everything.
And where is that? Because I don't see it in the court file.
Oh, I got them in right here, Your Honor.
All right, well, here's the problem I have with that is that I can't share that with anyone, and it's very hard to see it when you guys are just holding it up. The process is you're supposed to put those documents into the court file within 5 days of the hearing, or prior to 5 days of the hearing. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the citation now. Just get with some of your other deputies and find out what it is, the process that you need to go through to get that in there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Savoy, I believe that's it, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good afternoon.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Brown, I have Mr. Brown. And Jones Garcia. All right, Mr. Brown, good morning, or good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I apologize. I hope you weren't waiting on me too long. I just handed the file to my assistant.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good joke. Okay, now we have Trooper Garcia.
Yes, sir.
And let me see, do you have your documents in the court file? Judge Brown. Mr. Brown, do you want to look at the exhibits?
No, sir, that's all right.
Okay. All right, Trooper Garcia, if you will raise your right hand and be sworn by the clerk, please, sir. Oh, your audio is off, Ellen, sorry.
Solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
All right, if you would, Trooper Garcia, go ahead, sir.
Sir, which case is this one? I got 3 cases.
Oh, do you? I thought I only had you down for one. Oh, yeah, you do. This is in reference to Lorenzo.
Ascui?
Yeah, AZCUY.
Yes, sir. On October 24th at about 10 o'clock in the morning, I was traveling eastbound on Pine Ridge Road, just east of Logan, between Logan and 951. Basically, the gentleman was traveling westbound on a dump truck, and he was passing a blue Nissan in the left lane. I estimated the speed to be approximately 60 miles an hour. Activated the radar, moving more, and got a target speed of 63 in a posted 50, which is still there. The owner went ahead and made a U-turn, and he was actually far ahead, moving to the left lane when I made the U-turn. So I went ahead and conducted a traffic stop right there on Logan Boulevard. He went ahead and made a right turn onto Logan. Basically, just told him that he's driving a dump truck and he was traveling at 63 miles an hour. He was identified by a Florida driver's license, apologetic, and nothing else.
All right, and you have your documents are in the court file, Mr. Brown, if you want to review them.
Thank you, Your Honor. Trooper, you mentioned that he was heading the other direction when you locked on with the radar. Is it correct, sir?
Correct. He's heading westbound. I was going eastbound.
He was in the right-hand lane, passing
Yes, sir.
the Toyota, you said?
A blue Nissan. The Nissan was in the left lane.
Sorry, Nissan. And what lane were you in? Were you in the inside or outside lane as you approached him?
I don't recall, but I usually drive on the left lane.
All right.
I never drive on the right lane. So I should have been on the left lane.
How did you know he was overtaking the Nissan as you passed him?
Because, well, I hadn't passed him at that point, but I saw him far away, about half a mile away, and I saw him on the right lane. Basically, the Nissan was on the left lane, and he was passing the Nissan. So I knew right then and there he was going over the speed limit. And that's when I went ahead and, after I estimated the speed of him, I activated the radar on moving mode and got him at 63 miles an hour.
How do you know your radar was locking onto his truck and not another vehicle?
Usually when it comes to a commercial motor vehicle, a larger vehicle, basically when you activate your radar, the larger the object, the more that I actually just reflect the signal of the radar. So basically when I activated the radar, it was just screaming right back at me, and it was targeting the dump truck. And actually the radar that I use is a Stalker Duo, which you can target two cars at the same time.
Were there any other vehicles around him when you did that?
Just him and the Nissan.
How far was the Nissan away from him?
I don't recall, but when I looked, he was already passing the Nissan on the right lane. So that's when I visually estimated the speed.
You say usually when the radar will lock onto the larger object, but not always. Is that correct?
In my experience, I've been doing this for a while, and when you have a commercial motor vehicle, it's actually hard to target another car because usually the commercial motor vehicle would take most of the radar signal. You can still target other cars, but you have to pay attention really close when you have a commercial motor vehicle around because they'll usually take all the radar signal.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Any argument, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, only, Judge, that I think the standard being beyond a reasonable doubt, I understand the trooper has a good faith belief that that was an accurate reading. I'm sure his stuff was calibrated correctly, but the closer vehicle to him was the Nissan, since it was in the left-hand lane coming at him, and the outside lane is where the dump truck was. His testimony was usually his radar would have locked onto the larger objects, but not exclusively, or not that enough to overcome the standard of beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the defense's argument.
All right.
Well, in this case, it did lock into the dump truck. I'm positive of that.
I'm just looking at Trooper Garcia has been doing this, or at least has been certified since 2004. So I think his expertise or experience will probably carry some weight from the last, if my math is right, 21 years, 22 years. So I'm going to find Mr. Okuzi guilty. There'll be a $250 fine and court costs will be imposed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And again, I'm sorry I was not at the screen.
No problem. It takes a while to get any of this stuff going here.
Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Trooper.
All right, Trooper, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. I know you got a couple more. I'm going to try to find out. I'm missing one attorney. I don't see her here, but someone else may be covering and they don't tell me that. So we'll see what we can do. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. I don't see Miss Mead. I got an iPad. Let me find out who's on the iPad. It's a witness. Alrighty then, let's do this. We'll find out who that is later.
I think he gave up.
Yeah. All right, let's see who Miss Cambo is here with.
Okay.
I don't even have that name on my list. Good afternoon, Miss Cambo.
Good afternoon, Judge.
And you're covering for?
For, I believe, Simon Morales.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Let me see if I have my witness here. Oh. Let's see who is all here. Trooper. All right, I have Trooper Simos, Richard Barclay is here, Victoria Rising, Caitlin Fier. Looks like everybody is here. Okay, I think I have everybody that's listed on your witness list, Trooper. I
Yes,
have
sir.
Brian Muzzo, Cindy Santana, Miss Barclay is connecting. Miss Rising is here. Miss Farrell is here. All right, Miss Rising, if you there you go. Thank you. And hang on just a second. Yes.
Did you still want Mr. Castilla on Zoom to continue it? He just called back.
No, we'll take care of that. I'll write that down. I mean, I have it down. I'm surprised he even showed up.
No, he's calling. He's just asking.
I thought I had him in here, so
Oh, you might.
yeah.
Okay, I'll call him.
Okay, yeah. Miss Barclay, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Miss Barclay? You need to turn your speakers on. There you go.
There we go. Sorry.
That's okay. And is Mr. Barclay there with you?
He's right beside me.
All right. All right, those of you that are going to testify, if you will raise your right hand and be sworn by the clerk, please.
Solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will be given will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you may put your hand down. I'm going to put you back into the waiting room. I'll call you out one at a time and see, listen to your testimony, and then you may be questioned by either myself or by the attorney representing Ms. Bermudez, okay?
I have work at 3, just to let you know.
All right.
Judge, is it possible for him to go first, maybe, since he's got to be at work at 3? He was supposed to be in at 9 this morning, but they.
Okay. We'll see what we can do. It shouldn't be that long anyway. I should be able to get to, I'll get to you guys first, all right?
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. I can go last, but I mean, if he can just go first.
Okay, hang on just a second then. Let me look at
Thank you.
something real quick. All right, Miss Barclay, if you could step out of the room while you're.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Mr. Barclay, if you'll state your name, please.
Richard Thomas Barclay.
All right, and this is in reference to it looks like a traffic crash that occurred back. Let me get the file up. October 6th of 2020. Do you recall that incident?
Yes, sir.
All right, could you tell me what it is that you observed?
So we were driving up I-75, and we saw a cement truck. He was going into the middle lane. He was in the middle lane, and he was going to the left lane. As he was turning to the left lane, he bumped into a car, and the car crashed, where there was the pregnant woman or a gentleman, I guess. And he kept going. Like he went right back from the left lane into the middle lane, and then just kept going. So if you would have just went to the middle lane, if you would have went to the left lane and kept going, then you could probably say that he didn't know, but he bounced back into that lane after he hit the car. So as he kept going, my mother and I, we were following him, and we finally caught up to him, got his license plate, made a call to the state troopers.
Do you remember where this occurred near the mile marker?
I think it was like mile marker 105, 107.
Okay,
between that area.
Golden Gate area?
Yes.
Now, it was your impression that he went from the middle to the left and then back into the middle again, is that correct?
Yes.
And how far away were you from the vehicle?
We were like probably about 2-3 cars behind. We could see, like I could easily see it.
You identified the individual as a he. Were you able to see the driver of the vehicle?
No, not until they pulled him over and he had to get out of the car.
Okay. Did you ever see the individual get out of the car?
Yes, when they pulled him over and the state trooper was talking to him.
Okay. And how were you able to determine that he was the actual driver of this vehicle?
It was the same as that truck.
You didn't see anybody else in the vehicle with him?
No.
How long was it before the trooper arrived? Do you know?
Well, what happened was they pulled him over, and then the trooper made us pull over. I guess we were on the call, and then we were parked about a couple cars behind, like on the right, where you pull over at, and he told us to stay. The trooper told us to stay there, and then he got to the driver.
So no one left the scene, is that correct?
No one left the scene, no.
All right. All right, ma'am, you have any questions of this witness?
None right now, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Well, he does have to leave. Do you want me to have him hang around for a little while?
I think he's free to leave.
Okay. All right, Mr. Barclay, you're free to go.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We done? Okay.
Ms. Barclay, can you come on in? And again, we're discussing a traffic crash on October 6th of 2020. Do you recall that incident, ma'am?
Yeah, yes.
All right. And can you tell me what it was that you observed?
Okay, we got on at mile marker 101, exit 101, and I moved into the middle lane. I was driving. There was cars on my right-hand side. There were cars ahead of me, maybe about 6 lengths ahead of me or so, 6 car lengths ahead of me. In my side mirror, I saw a black car coming up the left-hand lane. Then I saw, it was like, looked like a cement truck, but it was more of a cylinder. It didn't move and didn't have the arm or anything. It wasn't a box truck, but it was like a cylinder type truck, was behind another like 18-wheeler ahead of us. And he was pulling over, I guess, to pass the box truck in front of him. And he, next thing you know, like it was like slow motion, like you could see him, like he clipped the black car coming up on my left-hand side, which had already passed me. He clipped that car. I saw the car, like I thought the driver was the one pulling over, like he pulled all the way over to the left-hand lane. He seemed to be okay. There was debris came off the car. Everybody, like the right lane and the left lanes had slowed down, but we were actually kind of passing the black car at the time. I looked to my right and I saw a black like SUV or something. They had stopped, so they were already like parallel to where the black car was hit. So they had already were able to stop. So we decided we would continue, since the truck kept going northbound, we decided to follow the truck. And he got back in the middle lane, and we were driving along. I had my son call. We called 911 first because we didn't know who to call. And then we were on the phone with them for a few miles, and then they told us to call another number, Highway Patrol, and we called them. And we were following the truck the entire time. He was always within our sight. He did around mile marker 116 at that exit. He got over into the right lane, and we thought he was kind of like slowed down. We thought he was going to get off there, but then he ended up getting back into the lane and continue, like he continued up. He didn't get off at that exit. And we followed him. I guess it was around the 120s, like maybe mile marker 123, 125, something like that. Is when the police came. We had to put my flashers on so the police could identify our car. And then they pulled the truck over, and then he told us to, we were told to move over behind the truck, and he pulled the truck out. The officer pulled the truck over to the right-hand shoulder. The police officer and a gentleman got out of the truck, the driver's side. They walked around to the grassy side on the passenger side. I couldn't see them over at that point, but my son could, because he was in the passenger seat on our car. And we were maybe back about 3 or 4 lengths behind the car. Then the officer came back and asked for our ID, took our ID, he went back to his car. And then another officer came and they took our statement, and then they told us we could go. And then at a later time, we gave a written statement to, and I'm sorry, Trooper Cimarinio. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name, but we gave a statement to him, a written statement to him.
Did you ever tell the officer who the driver of the truck was?
No, I couldn't. We couldn't really see. I didn't see the driver until he got out of the car when the officer pulled him over.
Right. But did you ever point him out to the officer saying that's the individual who was driving?
I couldn't tell you who was driving the car because he was in front of us. I was never alongside of him. I never saw the driver till he actually got out of the driver's side of the car.
Did you ever see any other passengers in the vehicle with him?
No, like I said, I couldn't see anybody in the front because we were behind him the whole time.
Okay. Questions, ma'am?
None right now, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Ms. Barclay, I want to put you back in the waiting room in case we need you again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Let's bring out Ms. Farrell. Good afternoon, Ms. Farrell.
Hi, good afternoon.
Speaking in reference to a vehicle crash that occurred back in October of 2000, do you recall that incident, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Could you tell me where you were?
I was in the car. I was heading north on 75 at about mile marker 103.
Okay. And what did you observe? Were you by yourself?
No, I was with Victoria Rising.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I never saw them make contact initially. I was driving, so I was in the far right lane, and I believe the truck started in the middle lane and was attempting to go to the left lane, like the far left lane. So what drew my attention was the noise of the impact. So I never really saw them make contact, but when I looked over, I could see the truck still go, or I actually looked and just saw, mostly my attention was towards the car because I saw them going kind of off the road. And then when we got out, we ended up pulling over to the right-hand side. And when we got out is when I looked up and I could see the truck in the far left lane still going.
Did you follow that vehicle?
No, we stopped and we went over to help the other car.
Okay. All right. Any questions of this witness, ma'am?
Not right now, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now I'll put you back in the waiting room and we'll call you out if we need you again. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Rising, we're discussing a motor vehicle crash that occurred back in October of 2000. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And could you tell me what it was that you saw?
So my friend Pharaoh and I were driving to training. We were in the far right lane heading northbound on I-75. And the semi was in the middle lane, and you can see like he was trying to go to the far left, but you can see like the middle, like the car was like in the middle of the two tires of the semi. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna run him over. And it did, and you can hear like the loud crunch. And Farrah looked over and she's like, oh my God, we have to pull over, we have to help. So we pulled over. She had me call 911, and I gave the phone to her for her to talk, and then we ran across I-75 and to make sure that they were okay. And that's when we noticed that the female was pregnant, 9 months pregnant, and they still had the car on. So we told them to take it off and to step away because we didn't know if anything was going to happen with the vehicle.
All right. Did you ever follow the truck that was involved in the crash?
No, we didn't follow it. No.
Okay. Questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right. All right, Ms. Rising, we'll put you back in the waiting room. We'll call you back out if we need you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Muxo and Ms. Santana, could one of you leave the room while the other one is testifying, please? We'll speak to you first, Ms. Santana.
Okay.
Thank you. Would you state your name, please?
Cindy Santana.
All right, and Ms. Santana, this is in reference to a crash that occurred on October 6th of 2000. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Do you recall where that was?
It was on I-75 around mile marker 105-ish.
Okay. And what happened?
My fiance was driving. He was, I was in the passenger seat. I was at the time 37 weeks pregnant. He was behind the 18-wheeler. And from the middle lane, he used his turn signal to go to the left lane. We were in the left lane when out of nowhere, the 18-wheeler also turned into the left lane. So it hit us on the passenger side where I was. And it pretty much was taking us off the highway. And then when I looked up, I was on my phone I wasn't the one driving, so I was on my phone. When I looked up, I just see the 18-wheeler. I guess it was like a dry cement one. Just hit us and then drive off.
Did you sustain any injuries?
I was sent to the hospital. They were checking me. Everything seemed fine. But every time I had like a little incident before I delivered, they would send me to the hospital just to make sure it wasn't because of the accident.
Okay. Any issues concerning your delivery?
No.
All right. Ma'am, questions?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right. If you can have Mr. Muxo in, please, and I'll speak with him, and you can hang on. All right, Mr. Muxo, if you would just state your name for the record, please.
Brian Muxo.
And this is in reference to a crash that occurred on October 6th of 2000. Do you recall that, sir?
Yes.
And can you tell me what it is, where you were and what you did observe?
So I just got on the highway from exit 101, where we live. And just before exit 105, I went to pass the construction vehicle, the big 18-wheeler. And as I was passing him, he decided to get into my lane also and destroyed my car on the passenger side, forced me off the highway onto the shoulder, and then just continued to drive.
Do you remember what portion of his vehicle struck yours?
It was his trailer, whatever he was hauling, the dry cement.
So you were occupying that lane then, and then he came out, is that right? I mean, you were behind him, is that correct?
Yeah, he was in the middle lane. We were both in the middle lane, and I went to the left lane to pass him, to get around him. And he went into that lane also as I was halfway, like through passing his truck.
Okay. Did you sustain any injuries?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever see the driver of the truck?
No, I never saw the driver. The officer showed me a picture afterwards, but not during the events, no.
Okay. Were you able to identify that picture as the driver of the vehicle?
Only because the officer told me that was the driver, and he showed me the damage to his trailer, and it had, damage on it from my car.
All right, so it was the trailer, not the truck, that was damaged on him. Is that correct?
Yeah, the officer told me that there was a piece of the trailer. It was like the dry cement trailer that was pretty loose, and he said he was able to like wiggle it with his hand.
Any questions, ma'am?
Yes, I do have one question. Were you ever paid any restitution for damages, for any damages that you sustained, any injuries?
The insurance covered just my car, but I didn't sustain any injuries or anything. I didn't claim any injuries.
And by insurance, you mean your own insurance?
His insurance.
Okay.
Or the company's insurance.
Okay.
Not mine.
Thank you, that's fine.
All right, sir, thank you. I'll put you back in the waiting room and we'll call you back out in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Trooper, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Again, we're discussing a crash, looks like October 6th of 2000. Can you tell me what your involvement was in this case?
I was working in my patrol car and I was listening to my radio, not my music, but my work radio, and I heard this call come in over the radio. It was not assigned to me originally, but because I heard it was a hit and run, which makes it a misdemeanor, I assigned myself and started heading that way. A trooper was closer than I, which made the traffic stop on the suspect vehicle around mile marker 118. I got there just several minutes later and made contact with that suspect vehicle and driver. While we were there, a pair of witnesses were also present. I interviewed them, learned what they heard and saw, which implicated that suspect driver as not only being the driver, because they saw him exit behind the steering wheel and he was the only person in that vehicle. He was later identified by his license, valid Class A driver's license out of Florida. He was read Miranda due to being criminal in nature, after which he agreed to speak without an attorney present. Got a post-Miranda confession that he was the driver, but said that he did not realize that a crash had occurred. Based on the totality of my investigation, which included speaking with 4 witnesses, all of which surmised that based on what they saw, heard, and then visually seen in the crush itself, thought like I did, because it was reasonable to conclude that the driver of that truck knew or should have known that a crash occurred due to the nature of the type of crash it was. I concluded that as well. Based on 4 witness statements, including the post-Miranda confession that he was a driver, and looking at crush and totality of the circumstances, I concluded that not only was he the driver, but he knew or should have known that crash occurred. I implicated him in a criminal offense for hit and run. He was charged with a notice to appear. He signed for citations for the improper lane change.
Yeah, that's what we're on here, just the lane change.
Okay, so I can't testify causation. The witnesses can contribute to that with regards to culpability in this crash. I charged him with improper lane change based on the witness statements that that's what he had done, which contributed to the crash. When I interviewed him in the crash, his post-Miranda statement to me was he did not realize that a crash occurred, which I surmised from that, even if that were true, he would not have known he made an improper lane change or that the other driver did. I think by his non-admission, he relieved the other driver of any culpability because he can't testify to whether or not that other driver made an improper lane change. But the witnesses testified that the truck driver himself made that improper lane change.
And you identified this individual by what name?
I identified him by his valid Florida driver's license.
And what was the name that's on that?
Juan Roberto Bermudez Puig, Puig.
May I have any questions of the trooper?
Good afternoon, Judge. My name is Alejandra Preciado. I'm also an associate here at the law offices.
Okay.
We wanted to know, based on the client having a CDL license and him successfully completing the MDP for the leaving the scene of an accident. I have it here. He completed it on the 18th of February, requiring 24 hours community service, a $2,000 payment to Brian Muxo, and an 8-hour defensive driving school. If the trooper and the court would be amenable to moving it to amending the citation to a non-moving violation. We did do a motion to consolidate, and we want to go ahead and apologize. It seems to have fallen through the cracks and never gotten e-filed for this. But I do see that James Stewart submitted the notice of successful completion for the pretrial diversion program for the leaving the scene of an accident.
Okay. All right, well, I'll do this then. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll just withhold an adjudication of guilt. It'll be a $60 fine and court costs since he's done all the, anything that I would have done anyway. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And I could do
Yes, sir.
restitution if I wanted to, so. All right.
I'm so sorry. Can I just reconfirm the volume in this computer is very low? You said it was a withhold
Yes, that way he won't get points on his license.
and it's how much to pay?
A $60 fine and a court cost, which will be 163 total.
How many days does he have to pay?
Yeah, 60 days.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Trooper.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Y'all take care.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Can I be excused?
Yes, you can be excused, and I'm going
Yes,
to
sir.
begin everyone else and let them know they can be excused also.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. All right, I just want to thank you for your appearing here. The case has been resolved. There was some other issues that was criminally prosecuted, and based on the resolution of that, I had withheld an adjudication, but I did fine him a $60 plus the court costs. He had already completed, did you say 12 hours?
24 hours community service, 8 hours defensive driving school.
Okay, so that's already been part of that, all right?
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're all free to go.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to try to pull out the rest of your other cases.
Yes, thank you.
If I can find them. All right, this is with this is Mr. Borges. Is that your next case?
Yes, I have Andrew Borges.
Borges, okay. Officer, is there a crash involved in this case?
Yes, sir.
Did you witness any of it?
I was there for the aftermath. I did not witness the crash itself.
Do you have a list of witnesses who can testify as who the driver is?
My lieutenant, but he's currently out of the office at this time. He was there with me.
Okay, because it doesn't look like it's been submitted to the court so that we can get witnesses available.
Okay.
Let me just see what we got here. Yeah, I don't see any witnesses, so I'm only going to do it one time. I'm going to go ahead and continue this case until May 11th at 1:30. And if you do have a witness list that you want to have that can testify as to what transpired, if you'll give that to the clerk so that subpoenas can be issued, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You gotta get a witness list.
Yeah. The only one.
I think that's your only case. Is that correct, officer?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just to confirm, sir, my lieutenant arrived on scene with me at the time, so he was there after the crash, so he'll be able to ID the driver.
Okay, well, you may need other witnesses. You got him charged with careless driving. If anybody didn't see him careless driving, that might be an issue.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Trooper Diaz, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I'm here.
All right. I have a case with you, Cardette. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Are we having a hearing on this? Ms. Cambo,
So sorry.
are we having a hearing?
I was going to ask if we could close it out today with a withhold.
All right, I can do that. A withhold 175 in court costs, 60 days to pay.
Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Diaz, hang on a second, and I'm going to try to get the other attorney in that's handling your other case, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
For minors 1834, 1013.
I think that's it for me, Judge. Am I free
I'm
to
sorry?
leave? I think that's it for me.
That is it for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day.
You too. All right, Mr. McGann.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Looks like I have Trooper Diaz here. Looks like the witness that you have is, or excuse me, your client is Mr. Santiesteban.
Yes, sir. Let me just pull that one up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. We're not really looking for a hearing. I'm not sure exactly why it was set, but he would like to resolve it.
All right, let me look at the file real quick. Driving record. All right, clean record. I'll do a withhold 175 court costs.
Yes, sir. That's acceptable.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Trooper. I think that's it for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You'll have a good day.
You too, sir. Bye-bye. Let's see, Mr. McGann, I'm just gonna, you have the most cases. I think we can probably get rid of some people here.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Let me match it up here with some people. Trying to get troopers that just have one case. We've got Sarah. All right, Cyril. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh, Suero Lantiga.
Suero Lantiga, yes. Treviso. Let me see if he's got, I don't show any witnesses on this one.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hey, Trooper, good afternoon. This is Mr. Treviso. I see it's a crash. I don't see any witnesses listed.
Well, I was the witness, Your Honor. I happened
Okay.
to observe the crash.
All right. Raise your right hand and be sworn by the clerk then. And
Sorry about that.
That's
Do you
all right.
solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, on this date, I was stationary in the parking lot of the toll plaza facing the actual toll. And when I observed a vehicle, it was a Chevy Corvette coming through the toll plaza, followed by a tractor trailer, actually pushing the vehicle at this time. So I exited the parking lot and went to the sun pass lane on I-75 near the mile marker 100. I interviewed the parties and observed the crash. Spoke to Mr. Travieso, and he explained his side of the story. The lady, I forget her name. She was a driver of the Corvette. All the occur in College County, Florida. The driver was ultimately cited for careless driving, I believe, and no proof of insurance.
All right, so she was stopped in the, or I was trying to figure out on the.
No, Your Honor. The crash happened in the Sunpass lane as they were passing the structure of the building.
Which way were we going? Eastbound?
They were going east, yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
The speed limit on that particular lane through the Sunpass lanes is 25. She was going very slower than that. But because she was out of town and she didn't know how the Sunpass worked, the car wasn't even hers. So she was a little confused on how it works. So she was coasting through very slow. I would say, I forget what I put on the report, but 10, 15 miles an hour. And Mr. Travieso, I guess, failed to notice this and continue at a greater speed than her, ultimately colliding front to rear, or front right to rear left. Also, I observed the video from the toll plaza footage, and there was a disagreement from the Mr. Travieso and the lady that she stopped. The vehicle never stopped. I don't know if this is hearsay, but I saw it myself on the video. She never stopped coming while she was traveling through the Sunpass lane.
And you identified the driver in which way?
Through his Florida's driver's license.
Mr. McGann?
What caused you to look at the accident?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What was causing you to look in that direction from your patrol car?
What direction was my vehicle facing?
No, why did you specifically like paying attention to this incident? Like, what were you watching the toll plaza, or did you hear a noise and then
on this day I just happened to stop at the parking lot to eat my food, and I just parked my vehicle facing on that particular day. I never parked like that. I parked facing the toll plaza.
All right. Did you see the accident yourself?
Yes, I did.
All right. And who got out of the driver's seat? Did you see the actual person get out of the driver's seat or no?
It was a female, yes. The owner of the vehicle showed up later.
All right. And then, so a female got out of the driver's seat of not the Corvette, but the other car?
No. Mrs. Travieso came out of the truck. The female, I forget her name right now, she came out of the Corvette.
Okay.
Single occupant from both.
And yeah, okay. I don't have any other questions.
All right. Any argument?
Oh, I would just note that Mr. Treviso is a male, not a female, and the deputy just said that Ms. Treviso got out of the driver's seat of the truck. So I think there might be a mistaken identity. So we would just ask that you dismiss the careless driving citation based on the wrong person.
No, I think he straightened that out for me. I think he was talking about the other woman. Mr. Treviso has no one defective equipment back in 2019's license from 2006. That's the only thing that's on. It's probably a commercial motor vehicle. Don't know what that could be. Looks like he just wasn't expecting someone to be going too slow going through the toll plaza, but I do find that is careless. He needs to be paying attention to what's going on up ahead of him. But I will withhold an adjudication of guilt, a $60 fine, court costs, and a 4-hour driver improvement. I believe on the insurance that's been provided. So I'll do a judicial warning on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I have another case for Mr. Roque, and that one is also a crash, but it will be a dismissal because I don't have any units. Yeah, I'm sorry, you witness on that particular crash. Single vehicle, single occupant.
All right, let me see which one that is.
I believe he said Roque, R-O-Q-U-E.
Is that one of yours?
No, it looks like the attorney Maltush.
Oh, Maltush, yeah. He's not here either, so. Okay, yeah, I have it. All right, we'll do, you see it, Ellen? It is,
Yes, I got it.
okay, we'll go ahead and do a dismissal on that then. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I do believe that's all I have today. May I be?
That's the only two I had down for you, so hopefully that will be it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, take care. Let me get Trooper Ellison here. He's got another case. I don't know if he witnessed it or not, so we'll see what we get. It's you're covering Mr. Milrot, right? The last name is Knott.
Yes, sir.
K-N-O-T-T. You got a bunch of cases still outstanding.
Yeah, I don't know how they piled all this stuff in the hearings, but
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Trooper Ellison. Not yet. Can you hear us?
I'm not getting any sound. I'm not sure if you can hear me, Your Honor.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Nope.
Where's my sound?
Usually the other way around. Try your volume. Maybe it's not up loud enough. Oh, you can't hear me because it's not up loud enough. I can hear you. I don't know if you can't hear me though. Is that right? Yes, that's right. All right, I'm gonna let him work on that. I'm gonna put him in the waiting room. See if we can get somebody else.
Okay.
All right.
Can you, Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. My apologies.
Okay. No problem. You got a case here, one case anyway, K-N-O-T-T, a careless driving with a crash. I don't see any witnesses listed.
You said the name was Kate?
K-N-O-T-T, not.
N-O-T. Yes, Your Honor, I do not have a witness for that one. I would motion to dismiss based on crash privilege as well.
All right, we'll go ahead and dismiss that case then. Let's see, I have another case with Mr. Milrod.
I believe it's Zamora Machado. Z-A-M-O-R-A.
Are you doing Greenberg?
Yeah, I'm also handling Mr. Greenberg's case with Holt. Holton?
Yeah, Trooper Ellison, Holton. I'm also looking at a crash. Don't have witnesses set.
As well, this single vehicle, single occupant crash as well.
All right.
No witness.
We'll do a dismissal on that. And then I have you with Patel, P-A-T-E-L. Looks like a speeding citation.
A speeding citation, yes.
Mr. Golden. All right, if you would then raise your right hand and be sworn by the clerk, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Trooper.
Yes, Your Honor. On December 12, 2020, at approximately 7:01 p.m., I was stationary on the median near marker 96. So I was facing westbound traffic, and I was running stationary radar. And I observed the vehicle traveling west at a high rate of speed. Excuse me, on the inside lane. There were no other vehicles present. I visually estimated that vehicle to be traveling at 110 miles per hour. I activated my radar speed measuring device, and I received the reading of 113 miles per hour by display in a clear, steady audio Doppler tone that was consistent with the vehicle's speed. The speed limit on this road is 70 miles per hour. I initiated a lawful traffic stop. I made a passenger side approach. I introduced myself, and I explained the reason for the stop. I asked if there was a legal reason for her actions. She said, no, I'm sorry. I then requested a driver's license, registration, and insurance. I asked if the address on the driver's license was correct. She said yes. I identified the driver by the picture on her Florida driver's license as Nirjab Eilish Patel. She had no passengers in the vehicle. The driver was then cited for speed, and the traffic stop was concluded. This all occurred in Collier County.
Questions, Mr. McGann?
Did you write like a report based on this offense? Is that how you remember what happened?
I'm sorry. I do remember.
Did you like write a report or something while you're reading from?
I write notes for all my traffic stops.
Okay, that's the only question I had. And she cooperated with you and was polite?
Yes.
All right. I don't have any other questions.
It was also apologetic. So.
All right. I'll do a withhold of adjudication of guilt. It'll be a $400 fine plus the court costs and a 4-hour driver improvement school. That was Mr. Golden. We have one more with Mr. Todd. Zamora Machado, is that the one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That'll be a hearing, Mr. McGann?
Oh, no, I mean, he just would like to just resolve it and get it over with.
All right, let me just look real quick on it.
I didn't see any priors on his driving record, but I might have put the notes on the wrong person.
Assuming no one was injured, Trooper?
No, Your Honor, no one was injured.
All right, nothing else on his license, which was issued back when, 2017. All right, I'll do a withhold, a $30 fine, court costs, and we'll leave it at that. All right, Trooper, I'm gonna have to put you back into the waiting room. I got some other attorneys that I'm trying to get Mr. McGann's cases out, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. You know what, Mr. McGann, I'm going to put you back. I got some other attorneys.
No, it's all good. I'm fine waiting to the end, not to worry.
Yeah, I'm going to call some of these. I didn't realize they were there. Okay, we have Miss Samara. And this is Corporal Kennedy.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. I got the Corporal Kennedy. Oh, not yet.
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, I can.
Excellent.
All right, hang on just a second. All right, we've got Leonardo Boasuarte Gonzalez. Looks like 2 cases.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may briefly, the reason why we set this matter down for final hearing was so that we could get the officer's input. There was never really a issue as far as contesting the actual allegations of the officer, but they are obviously 2 very serious violations. Mr. Boasuarte does acknowledge that. I have sort of the explanation from him, which I believe he did share with the officer, and we wanted to share with the court. As far as, nothing could really ever justify the speed as alleged, but at least it contextualizes it a little bit. My understanding is these are his first violations. He's 20 years old. He's a student at Santa Fe College. He got a phone call from his roommate that there was a coffee pot or something left on the stove about 4 o'clock in the morning. He had worked that night. He works as a
I'm
maitre
hoping it
d'.
wasn't up in Gainesville.
No. He's
Okay.
over in at Santa Fe. He's studying biomedical engineering. My understanding is he did apologize immediately to the officer, and we're just really seeing if there's something that can be done just to mitigate some of the damages that he's facing. I mean, obviously the citation is a very expensive citation, and they are both moving violations.
Right.
I don't know if the officer and the court, I was sort of thinking about this morning, what I thought might be a fair settlement. And I don't know if the parties would be, agreeable to this, but if there was a way to reduce the speed to 49 over, perhaps adjudicate him guilty on the 49 over, and then maybe withhold on the red light with some driving school. Again, message sent and received to the defendant, but just to try to, like I said, just to mitigate it a little bit. And again, we set it today specifically to get officer input.
Corporal Kennedy?
Yes,
Not a
I received
fleeing
different.
and eluding situation, I take it?
I'm sorry, sir.
It was not a fleeing and eluding situation?
No, sir. He did stop when I activated my lights.
Okay. Traffic on the road at that time? Besides you?
No, sir. No, if I may, I received a different excuse when I made contact. He, again, was polite and courteous, respectful. He did stop as required by law. I did hear that he said he had homework to do. He's got finals next week, and he was just coming home from late from work and had school to do. And I acknowledge it wasn't a proper excuse for going that fast, but I received a different story for the situation.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do anything without the officer's okay to change the citation.
Officer, would you be in agreement, just because it's $1,000 fine on the speeding ticket, to bring it to the 49 over? I'm in agreement that he should be adjudicated guilty. I'm not asking for a withhold on that. It would really just be to minimize the money.
Not at this time, ma'am. I'll be happy to minimize the adjudication withheld for the red light, but for the 50 over, it's egregious. I'm
No,
sorry.
I understand, and he does too. And like I said, that's why we wanted you here today, because we recognize that, but I believe the defendant also recognizes it. And, I'm not sure why he didn't. We sort of dig in, with questions at this time when we see the speed and the facts as alleged. So I'm not sure why he didn't give you more information. He might have just been nervous. But again, I understand. So if that being the case, we are going to plead no contest to the citations. I do understand, the fine amount being what it is. I would ask the court if you could withhold on the red light violation, and perhaps just give him an extended amount of time to pay.
Okay. On the speeding citation, it'll be an adjudication of guilt, $1,000 fine plus the court cost. He'll get to 60 days to pay. If he needs more time, he'll need to work out a payment plan with the clerk so that he doesn't get his life suspended, okay?
All right, I'll
On
explain
the
it.
red light, I will withhold an adjudication of guilt, and I'm just going to charge him with court costs based on the fine on the other one.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, officer. Thank you, judge.
All right, thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Is that it for you, Corporal Kennedy? No, you got
Your
one
Honor, I do
more.
have one more case with Miss Fish.
Yeah, who I don't see here.
Yes, with Miss Fish. It's TR 024686.
Yeah, I'm just looking in my list of attorneys who are present. Let me see if Mr. Rodriguez is covering for her. I don't think I have to. Mr. Rodriguez. Are you covering for Miss Fish?
I am not, Judge.
You are not. Okay, let me see what case I have for you then.
I have my cases at 1 p.m.
Oh, then we missed it then. Let's see. I don't see your name up here.
It's not my name. It's going to be Scott Hidnert, and the name of the client.
Oh, okay. All right. I have Mr. Hidnert. Hang on a second. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say that. All right. Corporal Kenny, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room and call someone else out. All right. Yeah, I know.
I'll be standing by, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Trooper Ellison, who I know is here. All right, Trooper Ellison, I've got you on a Ramirez Castro. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, say the name again, Your Honor.
I have it as Ramirez Castro. Let me make sure.
I don't believe I have that case here with me. I'm not sure. I don't think I have had a subpoena for that one.
Juan Carlos Ramirez Castro.
No, Your Honor, I don't believe I have that. I have 2 more cases left. One is Alexandria Arias, and one is Dentico Elan Nicole. Those
You don't have any paperwork with you on Mr. Ramirez Castro?
I can probably look it up, but that'll take me a couple minutes if you want to come back to that.
Would you consider dismissing it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
If the officer in the court would consider dismissing it?
Your Honor, I don't believe I have a subpoena for that case.
Yeah, I'm looking at a
If
notice
that's the
to
case,
appear for you. It was sent
I'm
back.
sorry?
It was a notice that was sent back in January. Actually, hold on a second. I'm not sure if there was. Madam Clerk, if it just says clerk and defendant, does that mean it goes to the, I don't see where there was one generated for the trooper.
What case are we on?
I'm looking at Juan Carlos Ramirez Castro, 21 TR 2240.
I'm sorry, and what was what are we looking for?
I'm trying to see if there was any notice that was given to Trooper Ellison.
On February the 8th, the subpoena went out for Trooper Ellison.
February when? 8th?
8th.
Yeah.
Are you in Smart Bench or Showcase?
I'm looking at Showcase.
It's docket line number 9.
My number 10.
Oh.
Okay, I see it.
And then his exhibits are on line 12.
Yeah.
My line 12.
No, I see that.
Okay.
That's weird. How come mine's 13? Anyway. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to dismiss the citation then.
All right, Your Honor.
Thank you, Trooper. Thank you, Judge.
All right, and I have one more for you with Mr. Kogler. Let me see if he's online. I think he is. Kogler. Yep. All right. And that's AROSE?
Yes, Alexandria.
Yes. Mr. Kogler.
I'm ready, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for the attorney to get back from San Francisco here. His background is a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, I'm not really sure that he knows we're here. Oh, there you go. Mr. Kogler. There we go.
Good afternoon, Judge. Gordon Kogler.
Yes, sir. This is in reference to Mr. Arias.
Judge, no contest plea, respectfully requesting a withhold.
Yeah, not with a 40 over.
I'm sorry, you broke up, Judge?
Yeah, I said 40 over is the kind of the new break limit.
Understood, Judge. Even with 12 hours school in person, maximum fine?
Hang on, let me look at this. 13 and 70, what time of day? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Trooper, what's the attitude like?
He was polite. He just said he was trying to get home rather early than later. I'm sorry. That was his comment to me.
And traffic on the roadway at that time.
Was not that heavy, but there were traffic. He was also passing other vehicles as well, so.
I hope so. All right. Only thing is from 2015 on a stop sign. Email. Might be your lucky day, Mr. Kogler. It's going to be a withhold, $400 fine, court costs 60 days to pay, and I'm just going to do the 4-hour drive improvements. Well, I'm not too worried about the in-person thing. All right.
All right, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge, very much, and thank you, Trooper.
That's it.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you, Trooper. I think that's everybody for you then.
Your Honor, I have a subpoena for Nicole Elin Dentico for today. Is that not on the docket?
Yes, sir.
Don't think it is. Do you happen to have a case number?
It is.
If you may be excused.
Yes, you can be excused, Mr. Kogler. I'm sorry. Or citation, one or the other.
Where do I have these? Okay, I have these mixed up here. I'm not sure what's going on.
What's the defendant's name?
Yeah, what was the last name again?
Last name Dentico.
And the first
I
name?
may have, I believe. Actually, Your Honor, that's my mistake. That was the previous case that was dismissed for Castro. I had the mix up with another
All right.
citation. My apologies. That would be all for me today.
All right. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Okay. I got one more. Let's do Mr. Gonzalez. That's going to be easy. I don't see Patricia Mendez.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gonzalez. Let me just look here real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right, I don't see my officer here, so we'll go ahead and dismiss that case then.
And Judge, that was on Grace Rincon Suarez, correct?
Now Carlos, I'm sorry. Yes, Recon Suarez.
Okay, just making sure it's on my end as well.
It was your name, yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's been a long day.
I can imagine.
It's been a long day.
I can imagine. Yes. Have a great afternoon, Judge. Hopefully it's a little bit slower now.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
All right, and we've got Mr. Verderamo.
Hi, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Verderamo. Just one case?
That's it.
That made you wait all that day?
All right. I've gotten a lot done. I've already been to floors on Judge Foster.
I'm sorry?
I've been to 24s already. I've already done case management conference with Judge Foster.
Been doing traffic all day.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
All right, we have Officer Morano here.
Okay.
Hopefully. Oh, there she is. Officer Moreno. She froze. Oh, there you are.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Thank you
Good
for your patient. This is in reference to Mr. Derwin.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Verderamo, I lost you. Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Are we having a hearing?
Can I inquire briefly?
Sure.
Officer Moreno, did you see Mr. Derwin operating a motor vehicle and operation of the vehicle without a seatbelt on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the vehicle was in motion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you saw that vehicle on Barfield?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine, Judge. I normally have the luxury of doing this in the hallway, so sorry.
Yeah, it's hard enough for me to try to set up a breakout room. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll never find anybody.
This is easier.
Well, at least he wasn't speeding.
No.
No.
I already got 12 points. Scott Drive, North Barfield. 3:15 p.m. All right, I'll do a withhold of $30 fine and court costs.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. Have a good day, officer.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, officer. That's it for you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're excused then.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. You. Yeah. Okay, and I have. Oh, I lost an attorney. Where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Did I do Delgado? He's got to be covering for somebody. I don't have him here.
An attorney Delgado?
Yeah. Are you covering for Miss Fish?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right. All right. If you guys will let me know ahead of time, I might not keep you waiting so long. I couldn't find you having any cases, or just sign in under her name.
All right, yes, sir. I'll make a note of that.
Thank you. All right, let's see. First one I have for you is Miss Delaney. Let me see if Deputy Mercado is here. He is. Oh, put him in.
Yes, Jordan Delaney. I believe it's Officer D. Mercado.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
And Mr. Delgado, are we having a hearing on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there any chance we can get an offer to resolve this one, sir? This is
I'll do a
Delaney.
withhold, 175 court costs and a 4-hour driver improvement school.
Yes, sir. We'll take that. This is for Jordan Delaney.
Yes, sir.
I think he mentioned something about the school. I'm not. 1 second. This is Delaney, right? Sorry, I put up the wrong ticket.
Jordan.
Yeah, we'll take the withhold, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. May I be?
That's it
May I
for
be
you.
excused, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. I think
Yes,
that's
sir.
All righty. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Next one I have is Deputy Thompson. I got to find him. There he is. And this is in reference to Moore John.
Yes, or Elvis Morhan, I believe.
Okay. Deputy Thompson. I think you're there. Can you hear me?
I can now, sir.
There you go. Thank you. All right, this is reference to Moorjan.
Yes, this is a 63 and a 45, sir.
All right. We having a hearing? Or do you want me
Can
to
we
make
get
an offer?
Can you hear any offers on this one, sir? Yes, please.
I can do a withhold 150 plus the court cost.
Yes, sir. We'll take that, sir. Thank you.
All right, Deputy Thompson, thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
it
sir.
for you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, then I have Trooper Garcia, who is here, or was. Yes, there he is. Oh, who do I have? Oh, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who do you work with? Oh, it does say
Me?
how. Okay, your uniform looks like it's blue. That's what was confusing me.
No, I'm Highway Patrol, sir.
I know. I for some reason I thought you were in a Marco Island uniform, but I'm like,
No.
okay. Sheffield is your case.
Yes, sir. It's Jason Michael Sheffield. This is 67 and a 45. Can we see if we get an offer on this one, sir?
File. Driving record. Turn. Red. I can do a withhold 175 court cost 4-hour drive improvement.
Yes, sir. We'll take that, sir.
All right, Trooper Garcia, is that it for you?
I got another case, Your Honor.
You got one more. Okay, let me get rid of this attorney and then I'll bring you back in on the first one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and your next one is Corporal Kennedy. He'll be glad to be.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. This is for your case, Yanni Rodriguez, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
So this was a 52 and a 30, I believe.
I have it listed as a traffic control device.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, traffic filter, no traffic device. Yes, sir. Can we get an offer for this one, sir?
Hang on, let me look at the.
If I may, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I actually stopped this individual less than a month later for going 101 and 45 on Collier and Fifth Avenue. I'm sure that traffic pending.
Okay. Well, we'll burn that bridge down when we get there. For this one, just based on what's charged, it will be a withhold, a $60 fine plus court costs and a 4-hour driver improvement school.
Sir, thank you, sir.
All right, I believe that's it for you then, Mr.
Yes, Your Honor, that's all for me today.
And that's it for you also, Deputy Kennedy?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for your help.
All right. All right, take care.
You too, buddy.
Bye-bye. Oh, there's Mr. Bernstein. Let's do him. Von Susteren. Mr. Bernstein, good afternoon.
Your Honor, it's an honor. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
I am fine. Let me run through my list, which is shrunken considerably. I do not see Trooper Von Susteren here.
It's been up a couple of times as well, Your Honor, just for the record.
Okay, well, you got the dismissal then.
There you go.
All
Good
right.
to see you, Your Honor. Thanks.
You too.
Be safe
Thank
and
you.
well.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm just going to do Trooper Gabriel. Who was Daniel Sanchez? Is that some guy who was a witness and I said I'd be right with him? It is. Ha! Okay. All right, that's going to be with Mr. McGann.
Oopsie.
The case is Tamarchio. Officer Fortune.
Got it.
Mr. Sanchez and Mr. McGann. Mr. McGann, this is the case. Hang on a second. Let me pull up my file again. It looks like one of Mr. Golden's cases. Mary Anna Tamarchio.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Kate.
I mean, I think we could resolve this one without a hearing.
All right, well, let
Or
me see.
pretty much most of these.
Let's see what we got here. Mr. Sanchez, are you involved in this crash?
Yes, sir. I was hit.
Okay. Any injuries for you?
I do have an injury to my neck that I've been going to physical therapy for.
Okay. In a civil traffic infraction, I'm not able to give you any kind of restitution. That's something that you would have to follow through with on your own, if that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the file here. Driving record. Oops, wrong case. Tamarchio. All right. She's had her license from 2012, has only had 2 tickets, both of them occurring back in 2018. Normally, I would not adjudicate her guilty, would issue a fine and court costs and do a 4-hour driver improvement school. Is that all right with you, Mr. Sanchez?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I apologize.
I would do a fine, court costs, and a 4-hour driver improvement school for her.
Okay.
Okay. All right then, Mr. McGann, I'm gonna go with a withhold the $60 fine, court costs, and the 4-hour driver improvement.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, thank you, Officer Fortune, Mr. Sanchez. Thank you, sir. You guys are free.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care.
Have a great day.
All right. All right, I have a case with Trooper Gabriel Truez. This is Diaz Martinez.
Yes, how you doing, Your Honor?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. 1 second.
All right. Mr. McGann?
Yeah, I'm just trying to flip to the page real quick.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. What case is this?
This is Diaz Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, I did look at the docket and it said that the case was resolved, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I don't even see it here. Huh.
I think they did the adjudication withheld and he went with it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it on the docket now. Do you, Madam Clerk?
What's the name on this?
The last name is Diaz Martinez.
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking at Pablo Alvarez.
Let me just go back through my calendar one more time.
Trooper Torres is here for that one, though, no?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, he's here. Okay, so it looks like it's already been resolved then, from what I can tell. So, Trooper, is that your only case?
I have 2 cases with Attorney Todd, Your Honor.
All right, we'll do those now then.
Okay.
Let me get to those. All right, that's Alvarez. Is that right?
Yes, Alvarez. One of them is Alvarez, yes.
Yeah, Pablo Alvarez.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Yes, I have it here.
Okay. Documents are in the court file.
This one was 50 over.
Yeah. Any explanation? Well, let me have you sworn, if you would. Do you swear or affirm the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. I don't see anything on his driving record. I guess I'm sure the attorney would want to ask if you would drop it down to 49 to avoid the $1,000. That's up to you.
If possible, that would be very kind. I know I couldn't talk with him before court like you used to do back in the day.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind, Your Honor, that's your discretion. The traffic was light that day because of the time. There was only one other vehicle that he was overtaking at the time. He immediately pulled over, was courteous, polite, respectful. So I have no issues if you're fine with it.
Okay, I'm just looking at his driving record. Looks like it got issued back in 2016.
A care, right?
I'm sorry?
I think it was a careless ticket, probably from a crash.
Well, I don't have anything on mine that shows that he's gotten anything at all, but that may be because we're not getting a complete record anymore. We're only going back 3 years, so.
Okay, yeah, the only thing I saw on his record was a careless driving citation that he issued in 2017, but I'm guessing that was from a crash. But other than that, no speeding tickets.
Oh, that one might have already, it's not on here yet. It may still be pending. I don't know. All right, so we'll do, let me get my math right. 119 and a 70. I'll withhold an adjudication of guilt, a $500 fine, court costs 60 days to pay, 4-hour driving improvement.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, no problem, Your Honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And you got one more with Mr. Golden, which is
Perry.
Yeah, where is that at?
I think that's with Mr. Todd.
Oh yeah, it is Todd. I'm sorry. We were doing.
Let's see, Perry.
Yeah, Perry. Yeah, this is a little bit different though, Mr.
Yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
thought he was related to the Perrys that I've helped out before, but he's not. But we would just ask for like reasonable fine in light of his recent driving history and the facts here.
All right, well, it's his second within 12, so I'm going to be required to adjudicate him guilty of $500 fine and court costs.
Yes, sir.
All right, I believe that's it, Trooper.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your time. May I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. All right, we got Trooper Garcia. And that's a golden case. Hernandez.
I'm really sorry. Was that last one an adjudication?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let me get to this. All right, Hernandez. All right, Trooper Garcia, this is Nathan Hernandez, 20 TR 30091.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hernandez is just looking to resolve his case with. I wasn't able to pull the driving record, but based on his driving record and the facts of this case, we'd ask for a withhold and then a minimal fine, but I understand if otherwise.
Yeah, let me look and see. One careless driving recently. Other than that, how long's he had his license? 2017. So speeding. I can do a withhold, 250, court cost, 4-hour driver improvement.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go back to, I think that's it for you, Trooper, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, free to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, I have Trooper Waddell is in Barbara Guardia. Good afternoon, Trooper.
Good afternoon, Judge. How are you?
I'm fine. I see this is a crash. I don't see any witnesses involved.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Is it something that you observed, or?
No, Your Honor. I did not observe it.
What about the unsafe equipment?
That I did. I was able to measure with a measuring device, state-issued measuring device.
All right. Let me look at the file.
Now, I may have enough of an argument from what I observed post-crash, if that's okay with you.
Well, you didn't really see him driving though, right?
No, sir, I did not see him driving.
I'm assuming you did see him in possession of the vehicle with unsafe equipment.
He was on scene still, but
Okay. Did he indicate that he was the driver of the vehicle?
yes, but that was crash right privilege.
All right, well,
That's a
I'm going to
fact.
do this then. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the citations on both.
Oh, okay. Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
All right. We have Trooper Catterall. This is Reeves Moscato.
Doesn't have the best driving record, and there was a crash.
Yeah, but you may be lucky.
I've started to realize that.
Trooper Colorado, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Is my video working or?
Let me see. I'm trying.
There we go.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry about that,
Yeah,
sir.
I was looking at something else. I was just looking at the court file. I see you have it listed as a crash, but I don't see any witnesses.
Correct, sir. Yes. There was no witnesses to the crash, sir. The only person that was a possible witness was my driver too, and he was med flighted, so he has no idea as to like what happened and how it happened.
All right. I am going to dismiss the citation then with no real witness there. Okay.
Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We have 3 left. I have more. This is oops. All right, Corporal Moore, this is in reference to Mr. Moran. Oh. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if you could hear me.
Little difficulties there.
No problem. All right. If you, well, I don't know if Mr. McGann, I can't really help you much on this one.
Yeah, the only thing I'd notice is that the speed calculation mechanism, either the radar or laser, whatever, those documents aren't really filed with the clerk. So that'd be our only defense.
I
don't know if that really matters.
Oh, wait, I have, oh, never mind. You guys gave me a copy of the
out-of-state driving record.
All right. Corporal Moore, you need to provide the your documents prior to the hearing.
No, I understand, sir. So what I was going to do is I was going to try to dismiss the citation, sir, only because I don't feel comfortable testifying to it because I do not recall the stop.
Okay.
Sir.
All right, then we'll do a dismissal on the citation with Mr. Moran, okay? Thank you. And I think that's it for you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go. Ellen?
Thank you.
Did you say something?
No, sir.
Oh. All right, I have Trooper Morales. This is Boer. Oh, he actually has 2 cases. Maybe. I only have 1. Oh, he has 2 with you. Okay. Are you there, Trooper Morales? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
It looks like I have 2 cases with you. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
First one looks like Mr. Well, I'm not sure if it's a Mr. and Mrs. Let's look here. Mark Boer, Booher, 21 TR 2342.
Your Honor, I think we could resolve this one. I would just note that there's no speed measurement device records in the court file for this case or the next case.
All right, and you provided me his license from out of state.
Yes, sir. I believe that it's West Virginia.
Yeah. One speeding citation back in 2017. We did a traffic control device.
I was trying to give this gentleman a break, Your Honor. The speed was 94 miles an hour.
All right. Well, what do you want me to do? You were clocking him though, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't have your stuff to show what your speedometer is, so.
They will send on February 10th. Everything will send.
Huh. Yeah. I wonder where it is. I wonder if it's in the other court file that you had. Let me look. Don't have one in there either. All right, on the traffic control device, I'll do a withhold, a $60 fine, and court costs.
Yes, sir.
And then you have
Aurelio
Pereira Fernandez.
This one should be an easy one. It does. If he has a good driving record, I'll ask the court for a withhold.
All right.
No objection to that. I didn't see anything on his driving record.
I've got at least from 2019, nothing on it. So we can do a withhold, 175 in court costs.
Thank you, Your
Yes,
Honor.
sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. And then we've got Corporal Swank. Last name is Perez. All right, Corporal Swank, we've saved the best for last.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you for your patience.
That's okay.
This is in reference to, looks like, well, doesn't look like anything. Number. I got Juan Perez, 20 TR 25748.
Yes, sir.
He's looking to resolve his case. I know the area and the time and whatnot, and his recent withholds in Collier County. We would just ask if that could possibly remain the same with another withhold.
22. Okay, Boulevard 6745.
And Your Honor, if we do decide to do anything, if I could at least mention something prior to sentencing.
Go ahead.
I'm not even sure how many citations he's had recently, but in 2020 he was pulled over 3 times for speed, twice by myself, with a 6 months difference.
Yeah, I'm only showing an improper turn and an unlawful speed back in 2020. And the last speeding was back in 2016. And then 15, and then there's some more, but it's like 12 years previous to that. He's got a commercial motor vehicle. Is this a commercial motor vehicle he's driving?
Yes, sir. Class A.
No, but I'm looking at a Toyota pickup. I'm assuming it wasn't a commercial.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, sir. It's Class A licensed. It was a regular motor vehicle. Yes, sir.
That's his address, 3520. I think he's used up all of his withholds, Mr.
Yeah, understood.
All right, it'll be an adjudication, 175 in court costs. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then let's see what else we got. I think that's all I have for you, Corporal Swank.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go back over the docket. I know not all of these are yours, Mr. McGann, but here's some of them.
Judge, is it all right if I like switch my phones? Because this one's about to die that I'm using, and
Sure,
I just
go
tried
ahead.
joining. All right, sweet.
I sure everything else is his.
I'm sorry?
I think everything else is his.
Okay. Well, maybe it's not here anymore.
I have 4 left. I've got Emma Garcia with Trooper Castilla.
Yeah, that's going to be a continued because the witness is in the hospital.
Oh. I have Yosvani Martinez with,
Yep.
I don't know what agency, Cassiano
And we have Rivera
and O'Connor.
O'Connor.
Uh-huh.
Oop, I see it. Okay, we'll go quick then.
Okay.
Maybe if I can get the right docket up.
Okay.
Okay, first one. Emma Garcia, Trooper Castilla called my office. The witness in that case is still hospitalized, so I'm going to continue it to that May 11th date at 1:30.
Yeah, no worries. I saw on the subpoena that they served him in the hospital, but kind of lame.
Okay, and then we have Yasani Martinez. Deputy Cassiano is not here, so we'll do a dismissal. Hugh O'Connor, 21 TR 3433. Deputy Gangle's not here, so that'll be a dismissal. And Alejandro Rivera, 20 TR 24801. He called me. Hang on a second. Actually, no, it's not him that called. Never mind. That officer did not show up, so we'll do a dismissal on that. All right. I think that's everybody.
Yeah, I believe that's everybody, at least for my list.
Okay. I can hardly wait to do it again in 5 weeks.
Right. Hopefully, I'll be joining you then.
Thank you. You being a judge?
No, I'll be the traffic attorney.
Oh yeah, Mr. Todd leaving?
Oh, yeah. No, he's not. But I always ask him if I could cover the ones down in Naples with. So something else to do.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you. Good to see both of you.
I'm sorry?
Good to see you.
You too.
Thanks.
Ugh.